Hello, everybody. Welcome to, I suppose, some sort of coding adventures-esque situation. I just wanted to make this video to look at this little 2D engine that I made for LibGDX. It starts off with this interface physics object, which has a whole bunch of functions. Some of them are not used, but could be useful in the future. And this gets implemented by the sci-phys-ob, simple physics object, which has a change position function, which takes in its old position, and based on a change vector, changes that position. Similar story for change velocity and change acceleration. So, it can calculate a positional change by taking in a velocity vector and time, and returning that resulting change vector. From there, it's able to use that. Actually, I don't use that. I don't believe. Yeah, I don't use that. But what I do use is this move function, which changes the velocity based on the acceleration and changes the position based on the velocity. I also have this renderable class. And so here I have this class that extends the physics object and implements the renderable so it can render the sprite and texture while still being a physics object. So it puts in the position, the velocity, and the acceleration, which all start as 0, and adds its physics rectangle as a placeholder texture that I created using a pix map. New sprite with the texture and the size. And it has this update renderable position, which takes the physics position, or just a position, but it passed in will be the physics position, and updates the sprite's position based on that. This is a bounce function I'm working on, but I still have not finished it yet. So, in the game screen, what we can do is simply set the acceleration when the game screen is created in this show method. And then in the logic method, we simply move it based on what we set the acceleration to be, because the acceleration will change the velocity, which will in turn change the position. So let's say I set the acceleration to 0.05 f delta, and let's try negative 0.05 f delta. Get out of that menu. And let's launch. I have this menu screen, but when I press space, look at that. It accelerates in that direction. Let's say I want it to be positive. And let's say I want it at a different rate. Let's say I want it at 0.002. Look at that. It gently started accelerating up. This is for a Pong idea I've been having. But this took me about 2 to 3 hours. And I just learned interfaces about 2 days ago, kind of how to use them. And I just had to brush up on all of my vector math today, because I haven't touched it since high school. But this works as a simple 2D engine that allows you to set an acceleration, apply a force to an object, and that object will move. And I was stoked that it worked on essentially the first try. It's just, yeah. I'm very surprised that this worked, and I wanted to share it. So, thank you all very much for listening if you made it this far. And I hope to make more videos about cool coding things that I do in the future. And it's been an awesome learning experience. I've really loved it. So, thank you. Have a good one.